Hi guys, welcome. Sorry I didn't make it on earlier, but the day just kind of got away from me. And Avery didn't take a nap. So, anyhow, she kind of went to bed a little bit earlier tonight. I mean, she dozed off a little bit like at like 6, but it wasn't for very long. Anyhow, how I'm here now. Let me find the. There it is. Okay, we've got Beautiful One Love. Two of Cups is here along with growth and transformation. So there's growth and transformation coming in around a committed relationship in the near future. No longer feeling so stuck in the mud. And you may even have choices. There could be more than one person coming in. It's like you have a Pisces, and these are new people, new love interests come in. A Pisces is being guided by the divine, moving on to greener pastures. An air sign comes in as well. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and it looks like you may be starting a new journey, hopefully before the end of the year. Tivet, love. Got good karma coming back to your love life. That's not a bad thing. Feeling grounded and stable. You also may have some choices. You have an Aquarius here, a Pisces here, a Sagittarius here, and a Virgo. Now, the Virgo may be somebody new. Could be a new love interest with the Virgo. And it looks like listen to your intuition. Your intuition won't steer you wrong. Being guided by the divine may push you towards new energy. You may decide not to turn back, but to move forward. It's going to be your decision, but sister. Emma blocked me last night and we spoke for 3 hours. He told me that he was married. I texted him today and he blocked me. Why? What is wrong with him? He's feeling a little bit heartbroken and a little bit hurt. That's why he blocked you. Now, this may not be because you did something to hurt him, but he may be feeling a little bit wounded because well, maybe he's not too thrilled with his wife. Maybe he feels a little bit trapped. This here is like he blocked you because I think he's thinking at this point things can't move forward with you. But he's got sharp energy around him. He's holding himself back, but that's not going to last. He's going to unblock you again, which is good. It's like in these kinds of situations, first of all, the blocking and unblocking nonsense drives me crazy. But in these situations, you almost don't know what's worse, right? To be blocked, at least you know then you don't have to you're like I think that I would rather know I'm not going to hear from somebody than wait to hear from them. Or you know what I mean? Like I would rather know, okay, you're not going to show up than me think you're going to show up. So sometimes it's even more frustrating when somebody is like in and out and back and forth and he's going to unblock you again. Uh, this guy, he may drive you a little nuts. God. Sepia, love. You've got some luck coming in around a new journey, possibly with the water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I got a Sagittarius here too, but you may be pulling away from the Sagittarius. Um, you got money coming in too, but that has nothing to do with love. You could have a new love interest coming in. Maybe the Sagittarius is someone new and not someone old. Maybe it's a new person. Got to see how that plays out. Could be somebody new that's around your life right now and you just haven't noticed them. Sometimes that happens. Let's see what happens there. Lovely. Working career for the rest of the year. You have some good karma coming in around work and career before the end of the year, feeling like justice is on your side. No longer waiting for your ship to come in, feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain. It also looks like you're no longer holding yourself back. Things could change for the better quickly around work, and the 10 cups are full. So your life should be improving on all levels before the end of the year, not just work and career. Empress. Empress, I don't see it yet. Let me do Sepia career. I like the green too. This was actually my first one, and it kind of has like a light blue underneath. Oh, look, there's my hair sticking out. Maybe I should put it on right. But I don't do any, I do it half-assed. I think it has like a little bit of bloop down here. Anyway. Sepia for career. Listen to your intuition. You've got divine timing happening around career, and you're going to have choices. I think you're going to get more than one opportunity to change jobs. Happiness comes out around your career. You've got good luck coming in and a new journey. You're definitely getting a new job, but I think you're going to have a choice. I don't think it's going to be like you got to just grab anything. I think you're going to have a choice between at least two different jobs before the end of the year. Sepia General. Okay, you've got personal growth and transformation happening around you, which makes you feel like the world is at your feet moving forward. Could hear from somebody from your past, Six of Cups, out of the clear blue sky. I'm taking it that this would be somebody that you would want to hear from because the energy around it seems to be good. Even if it's an old friend or an old coworker or whatever it is, it's like this is a good thing. You're heading towards all 10 cups being full. You're not there yet, but the weight of the world is starting to melt off of you, and you're starting to feel a little bit more financially stable before the end of the year. Maybe going back to school, or it could be on-the-job training if you do take a new job before the end of the year. You also may be feeling spiritually connected, like things are finally starting to move forward for you quickly. Empress, has Sierra's energy changed towards the text my brother sent her, or does she still feel anxious towards it? And will pull her energy back. Okay, let's see. What's the energy around the text message? Did she answer the text message? She comes up undecided. Well, this is better than anxiety. Although, Sun is in reverse and so is Lovers. Lovers in reverse is not good, but the Sun in reverse isn't bad. The Sun is good regardless. I don't know if he's going to get much out of her yet. Let's see what happens. I don't know if did he answer her? Did she answer him? T, that general for me, and T. Well, you got long-term potential around a new beginning and good luck. So things should be, I don't know if this is a love relationship. If it's a love interest, things should be moving forward. And things could change for the better quickly, and you're both pretty much prepared. Or prepared for things to move forward. T, that general's for me and Sag. Okay, I don't know where you are in this situation, but if you've recently had a breakup, or even if you're not together, but you've just been spending time apart, whatever it is, there's opportunity for a new beginning to come in after an argument. Then good karma comes in around the two of you. Sagittarius is here. A little bit of ambition and hard work gets this relationship back on track quickly, if that's what you want. You have a wish around the situation. Yeah, you have a wish around the situation, and things can move forward pretty quickly with the Chariot and the Hangman in reverse. Coco, what's next between me and Kay? Your relationship should be slow and steady wins the race, but it should be strengthening. So even if, like, it's slow and steady and things aren't changing for the better quickly, it's stable, or it should be stabilizing. And it should be strengthening. Lovely. Why Jay didn't come to work today? Okay, why didn't Jay come to work today? Okay, well, this person was not feeling well, but, well, not physically not feeling well. Like, physically, I think they were fine, but they may have been feeling a little bit like Empress, the Magician, and the Ace of Wands are all in reverse, which is like lack of passion, lack of desire, lack of strength. The Star card in reverse. This also, they could be feeling hurt about something, but I don't think that physically there's anything wrong with them. I just think that it was a really, like, it was a bum day, and they used it as an excuse not to come in because they just weren't really feeling it. All right, you know what? It was a mental health day. That's better. It's like physically they weren't sick, I don't think, but I think that they weren't feeling themselves, and they thought that they could use a day off, and they took it. I don't think that they were out doing anything wonderful because the cards are all in reverse. The good cards were all in reverse. AZ. When will Maricel and I reconcile in a long-term committed romantic relationship? She's dating someone less than a month after we broke up. Okay. Well, there's opportunity within the next 8 weeks. Let's see. Yeah, things could change for the better on the situation relatively quickly, and you got some good luck coming in. But you will have another argument with her, for sure, and then you guys can start a new journey together. Sepia, me and Rommel. Okay, communication should pick up with the Knight of Swords. And it looks like you guys could be starting a new journey. I don't know, though, if it could be a spiritual journey. I don't know if he's into that sort of thing, but you could be picking up a new spiritual practice of some type. And you and him may be prepared to put effort into some kind of a new journey together. If it's not spiritual, maybe it's creative. Things should be moving forward. You got good karma around this situation. Definitely more communication and a new journey, either around something creative or around something spiritual. Huh. I mean, it could be something like, I don't know, I always think yoga only because it's popular these days and it's spiritual, but it's also creative, especially depending on the teacher. Anyway, whatever it is, I think you and him are on the right track, and things are starting to pick up between the two of you. You know, when you do something like that together, I feel like it cultivates a relationship easy. Like if you both fall in love with yoga, you're both going to look forward to going at something you do together. And it helps to cultivate the relationship more easily, I think. You know, maybe it's not yoga, but it could be like, I don't know, anything. Anything. Like I know those color by number places or whatever you call them. You're drinking wine and you're painting. Those are very popular, although I don't know if they're open right now. We got to deal with more of these lockdowns coming up, I think. But anyway, there's ways around that. You can do something. You can paint in your backyard. You know what I mean? Like, there's something creative and something spiritual coming in around a connection between you and him in the near future, along with communication picking up. Red. How is feeling about us? He's so introverted. Oh, well, I'm introverted, so I'm telling you, I don't like to have to talk to people. You know, like I am just like I would never like I wouldn't sit down like on like a bench and talk to the person sitting next to me. Like that's just not me. I'm not like that. I'm not friendly. uh I mean, it looks like you guys have a nice connection or at least an interest, and things are going to move forward in their own time. He's okay with the way things are. You have long-term potential. There is a connection here. You may be taking time for rest and relaxation. You could be doing something like that together. I think, honestly, with people that are introverted or people that have social anxiety disorder or anything like that, which I feel like I have, I think it's just important to just let them be like that. You know what I mean? Like, because if I'm someplace and I don't feel comfortable talking, I don't want to talk, so don't make me. You know, it's different. Like for me, and I know a lot of other people that have this similar personality feel the same way. Like, if I'm in my own arena, I'm okay. But if you take me like to a party and I don't know anyone, I'm not gonna walk up to random people and start talking. It's just not who I am. And I think that you just kind of gotta let the person be. You just yeah, it's awkward, but that's how we are. Yeah, I would say just leave him alone and things will be fine because the Knight of Cups, the interest is there. Sister, what does M think of the sitch with him and I? Okay. Well, he's undecided about what to do because he's got interest. He feels like you guys could have happiness. It's in reverse, so it could take some time, but he also thinks that things could change quickly. The wife is an obstacle, and he could pull himself back because he doesn't want to hear it. Because he knows that you and him have a good connection. So Hermit in reverse, if he goes silent, just let him be silent. It's not going to last forever. He's going to pull himself back because he thinks that that's what he should do, but it doesn't last. He's going to have to figure things out. You know, like this is my theory on these kinds of things. Like it's very easy, and I think that it's common for somebody to have feelings for more than one person. I think that that happens. But if you're married to someone and you're really in love with them and you're like they're your focus, I don't think that you develop a relationship outside that marriage. So in his situation, it's like there was probably an issue to begin with that he was able to call you in to begin with. You know what I mean? Like there are situations where like it could be like the woman comes on to the guy and like, you know, she's dressed really scantily and she throws herself at him. That's a different story. But like he kind of manifested you in because I don't think that he was thrilled. But this is going to be a tough situation because more often than not, the guys stay with the wife. I mean, I even have guy friends in my life that are not. They don't love their wives. They don't want to be with their wives, but they feel like it's just easier. I mean, I would hate to be a wife in that position. I mean, you know what I mean? And the sad part about it is that I think that the women know, or they turned a blind eye to it, and they feel like it's better than being single. Like that's what I think, because how could you not know? But whatever. I mean, imagine that. I just had a whole conversation today about like phony lives. It was very interesting, but yeah. So I would just be careful just for yourself because it's not an easy situation to get into. But he's definitely going to unblock you at some point and you're going to talk to him again relatively soon. And I think that he knows that he called you in, or he knew that there was something, like this is just not a by chance kind of a thing. This is like, yeah, he's not thrilled with what's going on at home. Empress, will Sierra get around to responding to the text soon? Okay. I get a 70% chance, yes. But she's got the Eight of Cups here, too, which is walking away. So she may respond, and I don't know, he might not be thrilled with the way she responds or what happens. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Her energy is very, she's tough. All right, let me read what this guy wrote here. Many of us have already found out there are many versions of the Sagittarius universe because we've seen different changes on the Sagittarius Earth and now the Orion universe. All right, wait a second. This guy's got to explain this. It sounds a little crazy, but I mean, this guy he reached out to me about the Mandela effect earlier today. And he says that he's from one of the Sagittarius worlds. And we're in the Orion universe. I mean, how do you know what universe you come from? I mean, things got to be so complicated. Anyway, I'm curious to see what he has to say. I mean, what planet do I come from? God only knows. Angelique asked yesterday about when I would get a new job. By which month and how will the job be? Okay, let's see. By which month will I get a new job? I think you'll get a job in the next 7 weeks. In the next 7 weeks, we should be into the winter, and that's when you should get the job. So let's see. Where are we? Could it be before the end of the year? Do we have 7 weeks? I'm going to say January. I was 7 weeks from now. Diamonds of the winter, when we're into winter time. All right, what's this job going to be like? You know, they could present you with an offer that would be hard to refuse. You may be undecided about the job, but I think that you wind up taking it, and you're prepared for it. The pay may be good. It actually could also bring in some new opportunities socially, which would not be a bad thing. Three of Pentacles, a relationship with a business relationship with deep roots that brings in happiness. I'm going to say within the next 7 weeks. 7 of Diamonds. Diamonds sometime this winter. 7. Could be July 7th. It could be July 7th. January 7th. Or it could be within the next 7 weeks. Empress. What does Sierra want from my brother, and what would be an ideal situation for her? Well, you know, you can't make an ideal situation for someone. You know, like he can't do anything to make her change. You know, she's got to be the one that wants it. Like, there is no ideal situation. You know, it's like, if you don't want to be with somebody, it doesn't matter what they do, you still don't want to be with them. So the best that I can say is that she is looking for happiness. She's also looking for somebody who's well balanced. She's looking for some financial stability, or she doesn't want to have to worry about money. And she does feel like she's waiting for her ship to come in, so she hasn't found it yet. She's looking for her life to move forward, and it sometimes makes her anxious. She's got anxiety around the situation. I don't know how old these people are, but I remember when I was younger, I went through a period of having a lot of anxiety, feeling like I was never going to be at in the right place, or I was never going to feel settled, or I was never going to feel like, I don't know, I just had like anxiety all the time. She could be going through something like that. But you can't make an ideal situation for someone, because if you try to construct that, it's phony. You know what I mean? Like it's phony. You can't make something in that with the intentions of making somebody else happy. It just doesn't work. So she's got to decide that she wants to go back into this situation, and I don't think she's made that decision yet. I think that she thinks that whatever it was that happened between them, she's afraid to give him another chance, because I don't think that she wants, it's like that old thing where fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I think whatever it was that happened, she was hurt by it bad enough that she doesn't want to have that happen to her again. And that's why she's reluctant for things to move forward or to go back with him. And the truth is, and not that I'm saying that she's right, because I don't think that she's right, but a lot of the times people in these situations are right. Moving on to somebody new is usually much different than trying to fix an old relationship that's already been broken. It's like if you break a plate, you can glue it back together, but it's never the same. And I think that that's what she's going through with him. Ronnie, has the Sag given up yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, he hasn't given up. Anjali, what's next between me and AJ? Any changes? You may have an argument. You could have an argument with him, and it looks like there may be some indecision around the situation. But things could change for the better pretty quickly. Who knows? Maybe the argument makes a breakthrough. That happens sometimes. Priscilla, does the Capricorn know that I found out things about him? I don't think so. No. Moon, what will the Gemini think of the message I sent? They may be a little bit undecided. They may hold themselves back. They may feel like they're a little bit stuck. I don't know what the message is, but they're going to feel like they have to make a choice, or that they have choices. Adriana, will he get a job in Mexico City? Okay, will he get a job in Mexico City? I think he will get a job in Mexico City. He can, if he doesn't hold himself back. See, sometimes he holds himself back. Oh, that's not the right one. He had the Eight of Swords, anyhow. And how's it going to be tomorrow together? Okay, let's see. How's tomorrow going to be together? Tomorrow should be good. There's a lot of romance around tomorrow, and growth and transformation around this situation. Tomorrow should be good. Juice box. Does Nicole still think of me Any tips from Spirit regarding this connection? We haven't spoken since Wednesday. Okay. That Wednesday is not that long ago. So once again, we're back. It hasn't been that long. So, I mean, she definitely thinks about you. That's not an issue. But right now, she's pulling her energy away. She's walking away. So you got to cut the energy around the situation. Otherwise, she's not. See, somebody is, when somebody's on your mind 24/7, right? We've all been in that situation where you can't get somebody out of your mind. They can feel that. And I tell this story all the time. Years ago, I was dating this guy off and on who was a lot younger than me, and he was kind of like an asshole because he was immature. And we would, like, wouldn't see him. It wasn't like a normal relationship. But I wouldn't see him for like a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden he would call me and he would want to hang out. And usually it was at a weird hour. So I got really annoyed with him at one point, and I did something that I don't normally do. I started seeing somebody else who was, I didn't even really like him, but I just needed somebody else in my life just to get my head away from him. And I'm not kidding you. I didn't see either of these two guys very often. But when I was with one, you could guarantee that my phone was going to ring from the other one. Now, the second guy knew about the first guy, but he didn't give a shit about me. So he didn't care if I was with, like he was just with me when he was with me. If anything, he would have been more afraid of the other guy finding out, because the first guy was a very big guy. This guy was like a little wimp. But it never failed. It never failed that if I was with one of them, the other one would call. I would get home and my phone would have, because the big guy, he used to call, like, he was the kind of person that I could call him 20 times and he wouldn't answer. But if I went to take the dog out for a walk, I would come home back, and in the 5 minutes I was outside, there would be 30 missed phone calls from him. That's how he was. But like, they could feel, without knowing psychically, their intuition could feel, for whatever reason, that they needed to reach out to me because I was disconnected from them when I was with someone else. So it's the same thing here. If you want her to feel like, in order to make her feel like she needs to reach out, she's not going to feel like, hey, maybe he's talking to someone else. She's just going to reach out, because that's just how it works. I don't know why it works like that, but that's how it works. All right, here are the spirit cards. And it's really annoying that that's how it works, but it does. Ten of Fire. Too much work, accept help from others, stress-related health concerns. Watch out that this isn't affecting your health, because nobody is worth your health. I mean, really. King of Air. Brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. Watch your emotions. So that's another thing. Sometimes if you can keep your emotions, you can control your emotions, you can control anything. I know, but it's how do I control them? I get it. The Chariot, Archangel Metatron, an important achievement. Self-discipline and willpower. Oh, excuse me. So try to use a little bit of self-discipline and willpower to detach from her. And then you should see the energy around the situation start to come into motion. Then things start to move forward. It's annoying that this is what has to be done, but this is the way energy works. It's unfortunate, but it goes way back to, why did Adam eat the apple? Because it was the one thing that he was told he couldn't have. Like, that's just the way it is. So people are always attracted to what they can't have, rather than what is good for them and what is in front of them. So when you kind of change the energy of that, and you're no longer so available energetically, they take notice of it. But it's learning how to manipulate that energy and getting it away from that person. When they're in your head 24/7, it's not so easy, but it's not impossible either. You can do it. Adriana, is something romantic happening tomorrow or not yet? Okay, let's see. Could be. Yeah, it's possible. We got growth and transformation coming in, around 70% chance that romance is there tomorrow. April, what are the Libra's intentions? I went out with him once last year, but he keeps asking me to go out with him again. Okay, let's see. You know, he's a little undecided. He doesn't know exactly what he wants, but he wants to explore the choice. He's got choices around him, and he's looking to meet somebody and for things to move forward. He's looking for things to change for the better quickly. His intentions aren't bad, but he's looking like to be in a relationship and for his life to move forward, and he's exploring his options. I mean, if you have a slight interest in him, I don't think there's anything wrong with going out with him. If you really aren't feeling it, then I wouldn't bother. April, General with P the Gemini. Okay. General with P the Gemini. Love cup is full. Things could move forward with him. You may be working on a creative project with him. Things could change for the better quickly when you listen to your intuition. You may want to spend more time together working on something creative or a creative hobby or of some type. Empress. I don't see it yet. Let me do Tilde, General for tomorrow. Disappointment and imbalance moves into the past, and perseverance takes your life to the next level. You got a Capricorn coming in that may be of significance, feeling like the world is at your feet, and a little bit of adventure coming in tomorrow. It's not bad. You also may be thinking about planning a trip to water, by water, or around water. Maybe you're just talking about it, but whatever it is, it seems like tomorrow's a pretty decent day. April, what to expect from P the Gemini? What to expect from P the Gemini? Divine timing is guiding this, and it should be growing and transforming the relationship itself. He's got a lot of interest, and he may want to do something a little out of the ordinary, fun and exciting coming up. TD, General. It looks like I would be careful that you don't find yourself caught up in a third-party situation with this card. And it could be with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You've got growth and transformation coming in with a love connection that could be with a Scorpio. And it looks like you should be feeling a little bit more respected when it comes to love with the Scorpio. I don't know if you met this person yet. But they may also make you feel like you've made it to the top of the mountain and like you could breathe a sigh of relief. Moving past that, it looks like you're also undergoing personal growth and transformation yourself, and your life is moving forward. You have money coming in. 10 of Pentacles, large sum of money comes in, finds its way to you. 9 of Wands, feeling like you could finally exhale. Things should be getting pretty exciting. I like a large sum of money coming in. What the heck? Beautiful people, General. Beautiful people. Beautiful one. General for me in the Pisces. Relationship could strengthen. You got the Strength card here, and you may feel like you have a spiritual connection, but it doesn't look like you have a lot of good karma coming in around this situation, and the relationship may be out of balance. Perseverance. Somebody here is being more perseverant than the other person, and that could throw the relationship out of balance. I don't know where you are in the relationship, but I'm not seeing a ton of love here. But it does look like things could move forward and there could be some adventure coming in. I'm just not seeing a ton of love. So if this is a love connection, the love may not be there yet. It might take time for that to come in. McCole, General. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is spot on. Taking time for rest and relaxation will recharge your batteries. Feeling prepared to take control of your life starts to move forward pretty quickly. Love relationships should be becoming a committed relationship if you're in one. If you're not involved with someone right now, you should have a committed relationship coming in the near future. Once again, listen to your intuition. Intuition is spot on. You have an Aquarius around you that could be significant. You also have a Sagittarius around you and a Gemini. Laying down the law, setting up boundaries will definitely earn you of respect. Don't be afraid to let people know what you want. April for this weekend. Things could move forward quickly with a love connection. It could happen out of the blue too when you least expect it. Or you may not be, it may be like a spontaneous thing. You may be being guided by the divine when it comes to your love life. This weekend should be okay. And especially, you should have something to do love-wise. A date or something. Adriana, is he making excuses in order to see me? For example, he says, can I see you tomorrow so that you can help me with... yeah, he could be. Yeah. Empress. Empress. Why was Sierra's energy better towards my brother before he reached out and went downhill? She was even willing to reach out prior. Because, all right, when you reach out to somebody and they don't, all right, if you say you haven't spoken to somebody in a really long time, both people are in like a standstill, right? Like, you ever have a situation, take love out of it. Like, let's just say it's a friend. Now, I've been in a situation with a friend where I knew that if I were to talk to her, I was going to have like a big conversation, and I just would not have been up for that. So I just kept putting it off. My intentions were to get back to her. It took me a long time to get back to her because I didn't have the time to have the conversation, right? I was always either running here or running there. But in a situation like that, it has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with me. I didn't have the time. I didn't want to talk about it, whatever. But there's not a lot of resistance there because I didn't think that if I would have reached out to my friend, she would have answered me. I didn't question that. There was nothing around the situation that would make me feel like, well, maybe she won't answer me, or maybe she's going to be with somebody else, or maybe this, or maybe that. But when it comes to these kinds of situations, there is so much energy around the situation. I mean, we talk about it every night. You know what I mean? Like, this is energy going out into the universe, which then builds resistance. So when you haven't heard from somebody in a long time and they finally text you, you know that the person is still there and now the ball is in your court. She's not coming from a place of, I'm going to be, that I'm kind of looking to cultivate something. She's coming from a place of, the ball is in my court. I'll answer when I'm good and ready. If he didn't reach out to her, that energy wouldn't have shifted because there would have still been the space where the two people aren't talking. That's why, like, these days, between social media and text messages, which are very impersonal, it's easy to put somebody off, and it's easy to ignore, which is, I think it's so rude. But, it's easy to not have to, it's one thing when you answered the phone years ago when we didn't have caller ID and the person was on the phone and you were like, oh shit, right? But now it's like it's very oh, well, he texted me. Well, when I feel like getting back to him, I'll get back to him. So she knows that he's there. The energy is there. So she feels like, well, whenever I feel like it, I'll get back to him. That's why when you reach out to somebody, you're in, this is a chance that you have to take. She's not looking at the situation like, she's looking at it like, when I'm good and ready, I'll answer. I don't know what happened between the two of them that she is so put off by this, but she is. Like, this is, in many ways, she's the exact opposite of the normal women that I read for. Because normal women are like, when's he going to call? When's he going to call? When's he going to call? Or usually that's what I'll hear. And then it's like, as soon as the person calls, they respond like that because, like, they've been holding on to the phone. Like, when is he going to call? She's the opposite. She doesn't want to find herself back in a situation where she's made a fool of, or whatever it was that happened between the two of them. She feels like she was wronged and she doesn't want it to happen to her twice. But she's taken it to another extreme. She reminds me, I always say this of Miriam. Like, she's torturing him, but she feels like she's got the ball in her court. And in a way, she does, because this is how people communicate these days. He sent the text, when she's ready, she'll answer. A lot of people would have been like, answered before I would even be able to get out of my mouth. Wait 5 minutes. Like, you don't have to wait 2 days, but just make him wait a little bit because he's made you wait this long. Most women are so eager that they get right back, but she's not. She's very reluctant. Like I said, I don't know what happened, and it doesn't even make a difference. Whatever it is, it's brought up some sort of a soul wound in her that she does not want that to happen again. She'll respond to him, or something else will happen, but I still think that he's going to get sick of her crap and he's going to move forward with his life, and he's not going to wait around for this one anymore. Like, maybe not yet, but I think that eventually that's what happens. He's going to be like, what am I doing here? What am I waiting around for? You're not that great. And he's going to continue on with his life. But, it's very hard when, as humans, we're in these situations where we have feelings for somebody who's not reciprocating, they're not putting in the effort, and all of the thoughts and the talking, it's like it's so much energy that goes into the situation, which goes out into the universe, and that other person feels it. And then you get the people that are like, well, I'm dreaming about him every night. Yeah, because all you do is think about him, so of course you're dreaming about him. You're not cutting the energy, which is what's keeping the situation stuck. And at the end of the day, if you moved on with your life and you had a little bit of perspective from the situation, you probably wouldn't want to go back to it anyway. Most of the time, going backwards is not what's best for us. Going forwards is what's best for us. So let's see what happens. Sepia. Dirty D. Derek and his barfly women. Oh my God. That's all going to come back and bite him in the ass too. Yep. Actually, he may be taking some time to himself. He may feel like he needs a break. He maybe hits a brick wall and feels like, I just need a break. He doesn't have a lot of love around him. Not at all. And it doesn't look like he's even getting any respect. Who knows? Maybe he's even carved out a name for himself in the area, or if he hangs out at the same place over and over again, then people may know him as, like, I don't know, they may have like a name for him, because he's got the Hermit here in reverse, which is like not talking to people or not coming out of his shell because he knows what people will say to him. Like, he's not going to tell somebody, hey, I feel like this, that, and the next thing, because the person will be like, well, hey, you did that to yourself. So he's keeping quiet, and he seems to be kind of being a little bit of a recluse. Maybe it's starting to bite him in the ass right now. I mean, he's got a water sign around him. Could be a Cancer around him, but it's not going well. Two of Cups is in reverse. And he feels like he's got a long road ahead of him. Good. I hope he gets what he deserves. April, what to expect from Jason the Gemini? Let me just make sure I didn't skip anybody above that. No, I don't think I did. You may hear from him out of the blue. He may want to do something spur of the moment too. Didn't somebody else come up with that? I don't remember who, but it's like he may call you out of the clear blue sky and want to do something, and you may feel relief around that. Or you may feel like, fuck it, I got nothing else to do. Let's go. Let's have a good time. The relationship with him could actually strengthen. I'm not seeing a lot of love right now between you and him, but there are choices. He could be a choice. Who knows? He may call you up out of the clear blue sky and want to do something on a whim. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't go. Let's see what happens. Sepia, Dominic, and me. Things may not be moving forward quickly between you and him. I don't know where you are in the situation, but you could have a nice connection. You might not be there yet because the Chariot's in reverse. But it could be coming down the pike. I don't know how often you speak to him, but communication may pick up between you and him. Could be slow and steady wins the race with this guy. But he would be prepared for things to move forward. If you know him from the past, he's coming back. If you don't know him from the past, somebody from your past is coming back. Listen to your intuition. But with this guy, you could have a connection with him. I don't know if there's like an interest there between the two of you. It would be slow and steady, but there would be enough interest to cultivate a relationship. Sepia, Weekend Love. Could be starting a new journey and you have a wish, put it out into the universe. Could be moving on to greener pastures with long-term potential this weekend. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful if you don't want children. Things that could be a good weekend. Sepia, general for next week. Next week. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain after a moment of anxiety. Good luck comes in. Eight of Pentacles. Could be going back to school, learning a new area of whatever. Or it could be on-the-job training. Happiness comes in next week. And you may be making a decision to push your life forward. It also looks like you've got strength coming in next week. Personal strength. Empress, future love from my brother. He's got to watch out that he doesn't find himself in a third-party situation. But moving forward, he's being guided by the divine. He's got a wish coming in around a fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This person may be like, he may be moving on to greener pastures with this fire sign, and there could be a long-term potential around this person. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. He may beat somebody new, and he just might tell everybody else to, you know, listen, I'm not dealing with this half in, half out bullshit anymore. I think he's got a fire sign coming in the near future. Empress. What are the chances of Sierra and my brother being good again? He's had enough of it already to move past it. Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to meet someone else and move forward. 33% chance that they can get past this and that they get back together and they're on good terms again. The thing is that it's very hard to go back to something that was broken. And like all this energy of people, like, but people are always asking about their ex, but really, like, we're really looking to move forward, not go backwards. And not because it can never work. I mean, I don't believe that. And there are plenty of situations where people break up, they're not together for years, and then they find themselves back together. But sometimes people just look behind them because they don't want to be alone. And they're like, well, and it's like they're just looking to, like, not be alone. And that's not going to make matters better. It's going to make matters worse. And then it winds up blocking the new energy that could be coming in. Now, we constantly have energy coming in. So if the person that's supposed to show up on Monday doesn't show up because you hung up on this person, well, then someone will show up on Tuesday. So it's like, not that you're going to, like, destroy your whole life forever because you're hung up on somebody. But people, a lot of times I see it where they're so busy looking behind them that they don't see what's coming towards them. And then they just wind up, what about this ex? What about that ex? What about the next ex? What about someone new? Because these things didn't work that great in the past. And I think that's what's going to happen to him. I think he's going to meet someone new and he's going to be like, this is fresh, this is new, and I don't have to, like, beg, borrow, and steal to get you to answer me. And I think that's what's going to happen for him. Talia, what are B's next actions? I think that his next actions get the Knight of Cups here. Feeling like he's made it to the top of the mountain. I think that things move forward on the romance level. He may be putting in effort as far as communication and wanting to hang out, or asking you to do something, or have something in mind. It may even be something that happens very, like, naturally, like, I don't know, like, you could be talking about, I don't know, a strawberry ice cream. And then he's like, oh, this place next door here makes great strawberry ice cream. Let's go get it. It might be something that unfolds very naturally. But it looks like it's something that happens pretty soon. Communication picks up and then spending time together somewhere. Why is my nose itchy? Goddess, outcome of the end of this month. Being guided by the divine, which should bring in celebration around a wish coming true. So I don't know what you're hoping for this right now, but you should have it by the end of the month. Red. Does the Libra check my social media? I'm only getting a 33% chance, yes. I'm not convinced. Anthony, will I be in a relationship with the Capricorn? You could be. You got a 70% chance, yes. Butterfly, is there anything that H is hiding? I don't think so. Empress, will Adam make an effort to mentor me again? He could. Yeah, you got a 70% chance, yes. Bella, love. Love for Bella. You have a wish around love. Put it out into the universe. Love life can move forward quickly with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And you may no longer be feeling like you're waiting for your ship to come in, but your love life changes for the better quickly. This person should be like adventurous, kind, loving, and they should be showing you a lot of interest in the near future. Like maybe before the end of the year this happens if you're not with anyone right now. Nev, Amon's next actions towards me this week. We had a mini argument yesterday. He is pissed. Okay. Yeah, he's pissed. There's sharp energy around this situation. He may be pulling his energy back for a little bit. Yeah, I would give him a little bit of space. Let him get over this, whatever it is. Yeah, he's pulling his energy back. Just leave him alone for a couple of days and let's see what happens. I don't know what happened, but he's pissed. And he feels like stabbed in the back, which is odd. But, you know, why am I so itchy? I would give him a couple of days. Let him be a little bit, let him take a couple of days to disconnect from that. John General. Got choices coming in. You may be walking away from something that no longer serves you since you got some choices coming in. No longer holding yourself back. You should have a business relationship that's built on solid ground. And it looks like you're listening to your intuition. Leaving disappointment in the past when it comes to love. A new love connection comes in. That could be with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Life changes for the better quickly. Tiffany, general, please. Everything's okay. Nothing exciting. No news is good news. Got growth and transformation coming in. You also have some good karma coming in, and you're also going to have choices. You also could be walking away from something that's not working for you and heading over to things that are working a little bit better. Starting a new journey, possibly a creative journey here. Listening to your intuition, you have a wish. Put it out into the universe. Financial stability could come in around a creative project. Got an Aries coming in that could be significant as well. No longer holding yourself back and listening to your intuition pushes your life forward quickly. John, what about the Taurus and I reconciling and when? Okay. Yeah, I do think that you're going to reconcile. Could be sometime this winter. Out of the blue when you least expect it. John the Greek. Greg the Greek. One of the guys from the bar, we used to call him Greg the Greek. I don't know how he got that name. I mean, he was Greek, but he wasn't like, he was American Greek. You know what I'm saying? We used to call him Greg the Greek. I don't even know how that started, Greg the Greek. Anyway. My friend was Greek too. Well, she was half Greek. Her dad was Greek. And I don't know, somehow we coined this guy Greg the Greek. Everyone had a name at that bar. We had a name for everyone. God only knows the names they may have had for us. John, financial. No longer waiting for your ship to come in, feeling like the energy that you've put out into your finances is now finally coming back to you. Financial stability comes in around hard work. I think you may be picking up another job, a side job, or something else that brings in happiness, extra money. And you might be a little undecided about what direction to take your career in, but you have plenty of opportunity and you have money coming in. I'm thinking that towards the end of this year into early next year, you may be adding something to whatever it is that you already do for a living. And it could bring in a substantial amount of money. And it may be something that you really enjoy as well. Juice box. Is manifesting bad? Do you think that that's what's holding this connection back? Like, I daydream, but I think positive. Well, you know what? I just had this conversation today with a friend of mine about law of attraction and all that stuff. And what she said is, and she's very connected to the spirit world. Her channel is Passages of Light, if you're interested. You get an idea of who she is. So, like, her, and I spoke to her about this many times because I was studying with law of attraction coaches, and I really thought that they were very helpful with some things. A lot of the things I just can't wrap my brain around, and I don't think that they're true. And I think that, and she said, she goes, I think it's being taught incorrectly. So, for example, I had a lot of issues. I've always had issues when it comes to money. I always felt like people were worth more than me. I still struggle with that. Like my prices are for privates are very low. Like other people charge so much more than I do. And and it's a couple of reasons. Like I think that a lot of it comes down to self-worth. Although I do want to be affordable for people that can't afford it. So a part of me really does want to be accessible to people that can't afford it. But I think some of it has to do with self-worth. So I think that when it came to law of attraction and I started thinking about money in a different way and I let go of some of the thoughts that surrounded it, I think it was helpful. For example, when I was in high school and my friends were like, we all had part-time jobs, I had one friend who always made more money than me. Like her hourly rate was always more than mine, no matter what the job was that we were doing. And we didn't work together. We had different jobs. But I always thought, well, she deserves more than me. or like, and even like while we were in college, she worked for a temp agency, and she was getting paid more than I was at my regular job, which was part time, but even still, she was always making more money than me. And I always felt like she was smarter than me and she deserved it. Like, that's just the way that I felt. And that reflected back in my life. And it took me a long time to just stop thinking of money as something hard to obtain and something that would, like, oh, yeah, I have to work really hard for it. And I started to think about money as a flow of energy, and that the more money that I spend, the more money I'm going to take in. I started to change the way I thought about it, and I feel like it's helped. But there are certain things that I feel like I don't believe that my mind can control somebody else's actions. And that's where I feel like these things start to cross the line. So, for example, the guy that I mentioned before that was a lot younger than me came from a family of 5 kids. And his parents lived in a high ranch. I think it was a high ranch. Maybe it was even smaller than that. And I really thought when he and I started dating, because he was younger than me, I had my own place, I thought he was going to be here all the time. Because he didn't have his own space, really. I don't think he had his own bedroom in that house. Anyway, I couldn't have been more wrong. It was really hard for me to get him to come here. And when he did come here, it was usually at some bizarre hour. So I don't feel like my thoughts about my relationship with him are what really manifested in reality. I also thought that at some point I would outgrow the relationship because he was younger than me and I would get bored with him, and then I would want to move on to something more stable or be with somebody my age. And that's not what happened. What happened was he, behind my back, married somebody else. I never knew that he got married. He continued to see me. And I found out later on what happened. So that's where I feel like it does people an injustice to tell people that you can, imagine this person, calling you up and saying X, Y, and Z, and they're going to call you up and say that. And I feel like that puts people in a situation where they're daydreaming, fantasizing, thinking, and it's just really keeping somebody stagnant. Like they say, oh, well, anything is possible. You can manifest anything. Okay, well, can I manifest? I love James Bay. I got his picture over there. If I sit here and I focus on him and I believe that he's going to show up at my front door, is he really going to? I mean, let's be realistic. That's not going to happen. But we know that's not going to happen because he's a celebrity who doesn't live in the United States, and he's not going to show up at my door. But we could believe that a specific person that lives in my town could, right? But is that reality as well? So I feel like it's not that it's bad if you're manifesting something or that's what you want to do, if it's realistic. Like, do you want to get another job? Do you want to open up an opportunity to meet somebody else? Do you want to buy a new car? All of that kind of stuff I think is fine. But I think when we get caught up in this position of like overly fantasizing about somebody who's not treating us right, it doesn't come back to love. That starts to now cross the line of being obsessed, because love is not when one person is running after the other person. It's when two people have mutual respect and want the best for each other, not just for themselves. It's not like, well, I need you to do this for me. This is, well, I want your dreams to come true. I want my dreams to come true, and the dreams that we have together to come true. But I feel like this constant, manifesting, all it really is being focused on something that isn't working right now for whatever the reason is, and detaching from that would be of greater service, because when you detach from it, you let it go. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never yours to begin with. And then there's something better out there for you. Is it a painful lesson? Yeah, it is. But would you want to force somebody to be with you that didn't really want to be with you? I don't think that that's love. I think that that's not love. So anyway, long story short, or very long story long, is that spending a lot of time daydreaming about somebody and thinking positive is not going to make that person love you or want to be with you. But spending too much time thinking about them can build a lot of resistance around the situation because they can feel that. There is no doubt in my mind that this girl knows exactly how you feel. She knows exactly how that you think about her all the time. She feels that. So she doesn't feel at all threatened by any other woman because she thinks that she's the only woman in your world. And that's a dangerous place because there's nothing to light a fire under her ass because she just feels like, well, he's sitting around thinking about me. And you are. Not that it's a bad thing. You don't have bad intentions. You have good intentions. But you have good intentions for her, but what about you? Like you count too. Your wants and needs and feeling desired and having somebody treat you well counts too. Not It's not just about her. So that's where I feel like lines start to get blurred. And I've had so many people contact me and say things like, well, I'm manifesting him, and it's been 5 years, and well, we talk once a week, and I'm like, well, if in 5 years you guys haven't gotten it together, how much more time do you want to wait? Because we're not here forever, and like people are really, oh, well, I just know that he's the one. No, he's not, because there is not one person for us. There are people, there are experiences that you could be having, but you're not having them because you're so hell bent on him being the one. And that's not love. That's the ego. The ego wants that. Well, I want him and he's going to be mine. And I think it's dangerous. I think it becomes dangerous. So yeah, not that it's I would just be careful with the amount of time you spend thinking about her, because that all goes out into the universe. And it doesn't always come back the way you want it to. And that's, they blame, then they turn around and say, well, then you must have thought. No, I didn't. I really thought that this guy was going to be here all the time. I didn't think he was going to go out behind my back and marry somebody else. I definitely didn't think that. Okay, so don't tell me that that's what I thought, because in a million years I wouldn't have thought that that was going to happen. I mean, who does that? And why are you still seeing me? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm sorry that I went off on that for a very long time, but so many people come up with questions like that, and I just feel like it can be, just winds up wasting your whole time. Oh my God, Mel, I had a friend, I talk about him all the time, and this is what I think for him. He never had a degree in anything, and he actually has started a lot of programs and never finished them. Like he went to, I think he got an internship at one of the radio stations in New York City, but never took it because he didn't want to get up that early in the morning. Anyway, he used to get hired a good starting salaries always, and then he would never go back. Like he would get the job and then he would quit or whatever would happen. But he would get the job. Meanwhile, here I am, a grown woman with a kid, applying to be a babysitter and not getting hired. Like, I can't babysit a kid, I have one. Anyway, but I think that in that situation with him, I think it was that he really didn't want the job. So that was the energy cut. He didn't have the energy around it. Whereas for me, when I was applying to these jobs, I felt like, oh my God, I really need a job. So I think that that was why I was building so much resistance around it. And with him, he would be like, I don't really fucking want this job. I'm going on the interview because my mother wants me to. My mother thinks I need to go to work. But yeah, that's really frustrating. Yeah, trust me, I get it. Um, all right, let me go back up to the top. Vicky, energy between G and his girlfriend for this week. Okay, what's the energy between G and his girlfriend this week? The energy around the two of them is good. It's like a new beginning, love, money, abundance, fertility, and forward movement with the Hangman in reverse. Um, Cinnamon, love for this weekend. Love for this weekend, maybe, well, somebody may show up that's pretty ambitious. They could be a fire sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Maybe a little bit ambitious and a little bit adventurous. You got some good luck coming in around your love life this weekend. It could be some fresh energy. Not bad. Mary, what's currently going on with Esther Capricorn? Maybe taking some time for rest and relaxation. Lover's card is here. Maybe connecting with somebody, but they may be connecting with people. They could be in third party situations. This person. Yeah, I don't know. This guy's got a lot going on around him. Um, Planets, yeah. Mars just went direct. Is Jupiter direct? Jupiter went direct. Let me check. Well, there's still retrograde planets right now. Let me see. Current planets. Let's see. We have the Sun is moving into Sagittarius tomorrow, and I think Venus is moving into Scorpio tomorrow. Let's see. I think Uranus is retrograde until January. Let's see. Okay, here are the current planets. What the heck? The Sun is at 29 degrees of Scorpio. The Moon is in Aquarius. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. Oh, that's going to hit my Sun. Huh, maybe it, no, maybe it won't. Maybe it's past it. Just Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron are retrograde. But tomorrow, the Sun moves into Sagittarius and Venus moves into Scorpio. So those are big changes. Jupiter is going to move into Aquarius soon, and so is Saturn. That's when we're going to have that grand conjunction in the end of December. That's supposed to be, well, we'll see what happens. Uranus is 7 degrees of Taurus retrograde. We'll see. Oh, damn. I don't know. I hope I didn't skip anybody. All right. I don't think I did. Um, juice box. Okay. It's like, I know this connection me and her have is super deep, but I need to accept that right now it's not the right time, and I need to see other women or just focus on my school and work. You know. A chocolate cookie. What does G want with out of our connection? Okay, what does G want out of this connection? He's listening to his intuition. And he's got a lot of respect for you. I think things are going to move forward with you and him. There's long-term potential here. It doesn't look like he's holding himself back, and it looks like he listens to his intuition, doesn't hold himself back, and your relationship with him moves forward. Could take a little time. It might not happen overnight, but I would give it a little bit of time. Um, Empress, will there be a reconciliation between me and Adam? Yeah, I think so. Yes, I think so. You got a 70% chance, yes. Um, Tracy, who's coming towards me in love? Next person that comes in could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Makes you feel like you have the world at your feet, and they're come in with a lot of respect. They treat you really well. They don't hold themselves back, and they're intuitive, they're kind, caring, and I think it's an air sign. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Fab Leo, was A concerned about me tonight? Okay, was A concerned about me tonight? Yes, I think so. Sun strength. What's the Libra's next move towards me? Communication can pick up. There may be more stable communication or more steady communication comes in around the two of you. April, will Peter Gemini show emotions? It's hard for me to tell how he feels. He's very caring though. Will P show some more emotions? Eventually, it takes time. It doesn't happen right away. But that's okay. All right, I'm getting tired. So let's cut off the super chats and I will do the moderators. And is there anybody here that I didn't get to at all? Because I think I got to a lot of people tonight. Anthony, do you see what will happen in the near future between me and the Capricorn? Yeah, you got a lot of respect coming in around a love connection. That relationship should move forward. You got money coming in too. Mel, general for the weekend. You may be feeling like you're holding yourself back a little bit this weekend, and it's but listen to your intuition. I think that you hold yourself back this weekend, but when you're listening to your intuition, you could be learning a new area of study, or you could be researching going back to school or something like that. A Taurus comes in that may be significant, or that you may hear from out of the blue. It could be somebody who's already around you and you just hear from this person. There's also a Cancer coming in this weekend. Could be this person could also be around you right now, but they may be showing up this weekend or want to hang out or spend time together. Sarah, love reading between me and the Aquarius from now until the end of the year. You might feel like he's being a little disrespectful. And you may feel like you want to disconnect from him, because it could be that you meet a water sign who's a little bit more available. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The Aquarius is still around, but you may be focused a little bit more on this water sign. You might feel like the Aquarius is not like ready, willing, and able. Or he maybe led you to believe that he was, but he may not be front and center. And when you meet this water sign, you may feel like, well, this may have potential to go someplace faster. So you may choose that instead. Let's see what happens. I mean, he's still around by the end of the year, but you might not be focused on him so much. I think someone else is going to come in. Sepia, does Ramel feel that we have different connections with each other than other women he's been with? Okay, let's see. He does. Got one ace, which is a 33% chance, yes, but then you have the wish card and cause for celebration. So he does feel a little bit more connected. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Oh, that candle smells so good. I got a new Yankee candle. It's Christmas carols, I think. I don't know. Normally, I don't go for the Christmassy scents, but lately I've been loving the Christmassy ones. I got Icy Blue Spruce, which I love. Bayberry something or other, which I love. Christmas morning, I don't know what it is. Kind of cranberry-like. I love it. Anyway, I love the Yankee candles. Anyhow, so what happened today was that, I don't know, whatever ones I ordered, I always get like a coupon they send me. Buy two, get one free. That's why I get them. So I bought this small one. And then they sent me two of the small ones, but the big ones didn't come. So I had to call them and tell them that. And I don't like complaining. But anyway, so they're going to send me the other candles. Because, I don't know, I guess it was a mistake. Anyway, regardless, I love Yankee candles. I like White Barn, too. All right, have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.